Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video. I am working on a 6x12 pocket page layout that is for my Boston album. So when I was in Boston, we went to the Museum of Fine Arts, and on the grounds of the museum, they have a Japanese garden. So that's what these pictures are from on this day. And I have some stuff picked out already. I have two cards here. I need one over here. I need something here as well. And these two came from a Cocoa Daisy kit, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was very Asian themed. And I could go in my stash and see if there's a 4x6 card, but I know I looked once already and didn't find anything I was really happy with. So I'm guessing I'm going to have to find something else from my stash of Asian stuff, which I do have, or just a random journaling card that matches the colors. Here, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that, but I'll find something. I have actually found two cards that I'm considering for right here. They both happen to be pink. I was looking at these colors trying to think, should I use yellow or pink? Both of these are pink. So I have this one, which I, in general, like better, but it has rounded corners and nothing else does. Normally that doesn't bother me, but I kind of want it all to match. And then I have this one, which is a much darker pink. It still matches because it goes with this color. But it's, I don't know, I just don't find it as cute, I guess, as the other one. And I'd have to probably cover up something if I use this. Either I'm covering up the little arrow, which isn't horrible, or I'm covering up thoughts, whatever. Whereas here, I'm not covering up any design or words, it just fits. So I'll have to decide which of those I want to use, and then I'll go on to this pocket. Now I have decided to use the one that says thoughts, and I'm just going to cover up the arrows like so. It still leaves me quite a bit of room to journal, and it brings in that bright pink, which I think helps. Otherwise I have a lot of, just green in here. So I think I am going to do that, and I have to come up with something for here. And I also need to be thinking about what kind of embellishments can I use for the theme of this layout. I went back into the kit where these two came from just to see if there was something in there I could use, and I did come up with these. They just had these little clouds in there. And even though I had just said there's so much green, this is more like the teal. It's almost bluish kind of green. There's a different tint to it, but I figure I can use them down here in this pocket, and I think I'm going to just float them on vellum. Now, the only problem with that is I don't know what's going on the other side of this layout. So I have the problem of when I make that layout, whatever I choose to put in this pocket, it's going to show through potentially in some way. So I have to keep that in mind. But for now, I think I'm just going to go with the vellum square and attach them because I like the idea of it. I have pulled out a scrap piece of vellum from my stash, and I know a lot of people don't use vellum anymore. I like the look of it still for certain elements of layouts. So I continue to use it. So here I am, I'm going 3x3, got that done. So there's my square. There is my square for that pocket now that I have the clouds attached. And when I was off camera, I was looking at it and I figured maybe I could find a pale piece of pink scrap paper and kind of back this behind it. And that way I've got a background. So when I drop a photo or something else into the pocket that's going to be on the other side, hopefully it'll work out okay. If I could manage it to make it a photo, everything's good to go. So I think I'm going to look for a piece of the pale pink paper, and hopefully it'll look as good as it does in my head. When I went into my scraps, I found this. It's not pale. It's much closer to this one, but it was already cut 3x3. It looks like it came out of a kit. I'm thinking this is from a Messy box from years ago, because I don't remember what else this would be from. It made already as a 3x3. I'm not sure, but anyway. So I like that, and then it does mute it when you put the vellum over it. So that works out kind of nicely. So I do like the way it looks when I have it on there. It brings out more of that pink. So I am going to go with that, but then I definitely have to cover the other side up with a photo because I don't want that showing through. It doesn't go at all. I did already adhere this photo, so that's good, but then I have to add some stuff. I did find these. I went back to my stash again, and I found these. They come from the same kit as this stuff, so hopefully something in there will match. And then I also pulled out this. This is just, it started as this kit, which has a lot of pink in it, and also this color, which might work. I've had this for a long time, but then I also threw some extra stuff in there, I think. So I'm just going to look through here and see if I can find any extra things I can add that will match. All right, I have this sticker sheet and I found this sticker on it, and I think I want to use that. And I was trying to figure out where to put it. I want to bring more pink onto this side because this kind of has a lot with this card. And so I think maybe I may just overlap it like this, cut off the excess and leave it. So it would be like that. Yeah, I like it. So I'll cut that off, and then I want to, if I can get this open, look at what's in here. I know there are some other cranes and things, but I just don't know if anything will match. Maybe that one. It's just got some blossoms on it. So it looks like more cranes, paper airplanes. That doesn't really go. But then I have these, probably not that. I've got a lot of green, but maybe this. It isn't quite the same color, but I'll mess around with them and see what I can do. I didn't find any of these that worked the way I liked, so I'm not going to use those. But I'm looking at the stickers again, and I kind of like this fan, and I'm wondering if I should bring in more of that color, that kind of teal aqua color, to go with these, since I do have quite a bit of pink. And I'm wondering if I should just maybe overlap it right here and then do journaling kind of around where it sticks out. That might be a cool visual element. So I'm just going to hold it up there, see what I think. So if I were going to use it, it would kind of pop over there. If I did it this way, yeah, see, I don't really like it. I'd have to cut it off, and I've already done that here. So maybe just overlap it like so, like right there. All right, I like it. So I think that's going to stay there, and that might be it. Where else could I put something? These are kind of busy. Those are full. Now, the only other thing I'm thinking is I could stamp. Because I'm going to journal in black, I could stamp something in black here. There's empty space, or up here, just to bring in a little black so it's not only on this page. So let me grab my stamps and see what I can do. I didn't find anything else that I liked, but I found this scrap of paper which came with that kit that I showed before. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out either the one that says beauty or inspiration. I'm going to cut it out very narrow and then make it into a pennant with a little flag end, and probably overlap it somewhere here if I can get that to work. Ta-da! I got it to work the way I wanted. So I cut out the one that said beauty and just made a little flag there, and then I'm going to attach it on this photo, and the most dead space is over here, so I'm going to put it in that corner. When I put everything into the pockets, I made some changes. I moved some photos around, as you can see, so I did some changing there. And then I also decided on the card that was here, it still did need stamping. Even if I couldn't find something in my Asian stuff, it needed stamping. So I decided to use this set, and I used the stamp that says "We Were Here." And I think, it doesn't say on here, but I think this was a Studio Calico one. I'm not positive, but I think so. So this is how the card came out once I stamped on it. The other thing I want to mention is that for the clouds on the vellum, I did not adhere the vellum to the pink. I just slid the pink paper in first, the vellum on top. So there is no adhesive on there. I didn't want it to show through anywhere. I could have put it behind the clouds, but I figured why bother if I can just slide it in there? Nothing is gonna, impact that once it's in the pocket, so I'm just going to leave it that way. So here are some close-ups so you can see what I did on each of the pockets here once it's all done. And I have to say 3x3 pockets are not my favorite, but I like the way this one turned out. I am happy with it. If I add anything else, the only thing I might do is I do have this jelly pen that is a silver metallic. I might add some little lines in here in the clouds or maybe the fan or something, but otherwise I think I'm going to leave it as is. So thanks for watching another layout for Boston.